My favorite thing that I've done here while I've been an undergraduate at BYU is my research. In Dr. Whitfield's lab, there's a lot of different research, but the research that I specifically do is I research the heat capacity of solids at low temperatures between 1.8 and 300 Kelvin. I really like the lab work. I like being in the lab. I like working with other people and like collaborating with things, but I also find a lot of satisfaction about being in the lab by myself, working on my project. I've been able to publish one paper as a first author, and then I'm a second author on another paper with another student that's here. Her paper is about to be submitted, and then I have two other papers that are finished and they're waiting to be submitted as well. Then I'm also on several other papers at UC Davis that will hopefully be being published sometime before the end of the year. 5, 6, I think 7, hopefully by the end of this year. So that is really astounding. Most undergraduates don't get a paper published while they're here, but Dr. Whitfield is really good. He publishes a lot of papers. We do a lot of interesting research that not only is it interesting, but we know that we can publish. And so that's really going to help me for getting into the grad schools that I want to and to help me along with my career. Publishing papers is probably one of the most important things that you can do as you apply to graduate school, especially in the science. They say that is probably the most important aspect of your application, not your GPA or your GRE or anything like that, but it's whether you've been doing research. If you haven't been doing any research and you apply to a graduate school in chemistry, especially if it's a top graduate school, even if you have really good grades and a really good GRE, you probably won't get accepted. I expect to at least have published 4 papers with my name on it by the time that I apply to graduate school. That's going to really help my application, and that will probably be the number one thing that's going to get me into the top schools that I'm applying to. And so that was something that I didn't understand fully when I started research, but as I prepared for this application process, I realized that Dr. Whitfield has helped me so much in achieving where I want to go. So I do plan on making a career of research. I would like to come back into academia, maybe after I get my graduate degree, to do a couple postdocs, 1 or 2, and then hopefully find a position where I can become an assistant professor and work up to being a full professor someday. I'm interested in doing this type of research indefinitely, and I think that my experience with Dr. Whitfield has influenced me to want to do that.